Now to President Trump's civil fraud trial in New York. The 2024 Republican frontrunner now formally challenging the judge's ruling, finding him liable for fraud as the head of the Trump Organization.
Now, the trial has certainly been well attended by the press outside that courthouse. President Trump voluntarily appearing in person as his business empire is on the chopping block this week. The judge issuing a partial gag order against him. Dre Clark is live outside the courthouse with more. Dre?
Good morning. This will be the first day of trial without Donald Trump being inside the courtroom. The former president returning to his Florida estate yesterday. He did attend the first 3 days of the trial. He was not required to be here, but said he wanted to come to fight for his name and reputation. Meanwhile, Trump taking advantage of the massive media attention to air his grievances about the trial that he calls a witch hunt.
They've weaponized justice in our country. This trial is a disgrace.
Every day he showed up, Donald Trump didn't hold back his criticism of the presiding judge and the New York State Attorney General, calling them both incompetent and corrupt. Judge Anthony Engoron has already determined Mr. Trump committed fraud by lying about his personal wealth and overvaluing some of his real estate properties and using false information to secure bank loans. The judge now determining if Mr. Trump should have to pay a $250 million civil penalty and be barred from conducting business in New York.
But if I had a jury, we'd win this case very easily, but I don't have a jury. And you see what's happening. This is a railroading, and it's the beginning of communism in our country.
But the former president's lawyers did not request a jury trial as they were given the option. Meanwhile, Tuesday, the judge placed a gag order on Mr. Trump, forbidding him from posting, emailing, or publicly remarking about any member of the judge's courtroom staff. This after Mr. Trump was admonished for posting a picture of the judge's law clerk and New York Senator Chuck Schumer on Truth Social, implying the two were a couple.
This is a witch hunt. This is just a continuation of the witch hunt that started the day I came down the escalator in Trump Tower.
Inside the courtroom, Mr. Trump listened closely as his former accountants testified about his business practices. Sitting behind him is the New York State Attorney General Letitia James, who brought the charges against Mr. Trump. She says his decision to come to the trial for 3 days is theater.
Will not be bullied. So Mr. Trump is no longer here. The Donald Trump show is over.
Before the former president left the courthouse, he was asked who the next Speaker of the House should be after Kevin McCarthy was removed from power on Tuesday.
All I can say is we'll do whatever's best for the country and for the Republican Party.
And Donald Trump says he will return to the courthouse here in Lower Manhattan when it comes time for him to testify. That date has not been set. Meanwhile, Adrienne, a bit of drama inside the courtroom yesterday when the judge pounded his fist on the desk a few times and yelled, "This is ridiculous," directing his anger towards members of Trump's defense team, saying they were moving way too slow in their cross-examination of witnesses.
All right, Dre Clark, interesting and emotional. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.